Hey guys! So in today's video, we are going to be playing Put Your Records On by Corin Bailey Rae, most recently covered by Rit Momney. If you have any other suggestions for tutorials or covers for me to play, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And if you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Alright, so just starting out, I am using a capo. I'm putting it on the 2nd fret, and I'm actually going to be playing a G chord to start out with. The song is actually in the key of A, but I'm going to be playing a G shape. You can certainly learn the song without the capo. It'll just sound a little bit lower. So whatever works best for you, just to make that known. So we're basically going to be taking this section by section. So this is what we're going to start with. 3 little birds sat on my window, and they told me I don't need to worry. So that first chord we are strumming is going to be a basic G chord, which I will put a picture of that on the screen here. So your middle finger is going to be on the 3rd fret of the lowest string. Your pointer finger is going to be on the 2nd fret of that 2nd string, so the A string. And then I like to put my pinky on the 3rd fret of the highest string. So 3 little birds out on my window. That 2nd chord, you are going to be playing an A7. So your middle finger is going to be on the 2nd fret of the D string. You're going to skip a string, and then you're going to put your ring finger on that same fret of the B string. So these are the 2 strings that you're pressing down on, and you're playing almost all the strings. So from the A string right here, the 2nd string, all the way to the end. And then we're going to go to, and they told me I don't. So we just played 3 little birds out on my window. And then for this chord, you're going to be playing a C major 7. So essentially, sometimes I'll leave out my middle finger, but you're basically going to be playing a regular C without the middle finger. But for this song, I take my middle finger off and I just play this C note with the last 5 strings. So whichever way works best for you. And they told me I don't need to worry. And we're going to go right back to that first chord, that G chord right there. So let's see what we have right now. 3 little birds sat on my window, and they told me I don't need to worry. Now, that next line is basically the same thing, so rather than going through all the chords, I'm just going to sing it for you. Summer came like cinnamon, so sweet. Little girls double dutch on the concrete. All right, so now we're going to be moving into the pre-chorus, and this is what that's going to sound like. Maybe sometimes we got it wrong, but it's all right. Okay, so starting out, we are going to be playing an E minor chord, which I will also have a photo of in this video. So you're going to be playing all of the strings, and what you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking your middle finger, pressing down on the 2nd fret of the A string, and then right next to it, on that D string in the same fret, you're going to be taking your ring finger and pressing down there. So you're going to be pressing down on these 2 notes, but you're going to be playing all of them. So that's an E minor. Maybe sometimes. This one is a little bit different. This is actually a B7 chord, so a little bit more involved, but we're going slow. So we're going to be keeping our middle finger on the 2nd fret of that A string. We are going to be putting our pointer finger on the next string over, but on the 1st fret. And then we're going to be taking that ring finger and then putting it down on that next string, matching it up with our middle finger, kind of to make a triangle shape. And then I like to put my pinky on the second fret of the E string. If you can't quite make it over there and you just want to play this, that's fine too. So that's a B7 chord right there. So we have maybe sometimes we got it wrong. We're gonna go back to that C major 7 chord. So once again, if you take a regular C, you would just take off your pointer finger. You may also take off your middle finger and then just play these 5 strings. So far we have maybe sometimes we got it wrong, but it's all right. So we're going to be going back to that A7. So once again, your middle finger is going to be on the second fret of the D string. We're going to skip a string, and then we're going to be putting our ring finger on that same fret of the B string. All right, so let's try that whole thing together now. Maybe sometimes we got it wrong, but it's all right. And now to finish out the pre-chorus, we're gonna go back to that C major 7. The more things seem to change, the more they stay the same. So right here, we're going to be playing a C minor chord. So I will also have a picture of that. It's a little more complicated. You can basically think of it as barring the 3rd fret from the capo. So you're going to be taking your pointer finger, you're going to be pressing down on these last 5 strings. And then these other fingers also have to do some work. So you're going to be putting pretending that my finger is the capo, you're going to be putting your ring finger on the 2nd fret from this finger. So like if this is the capo, you're going to be putting it on the 2nd fret. You're also going to be putting your pinky right next to it on that G string. So same fret, different string. And then your pointer finger is going to go in right here, right here to the 1st fret from your pointer finger on the B string. So that is a C minor. A little bit trickier. It did take me a long time to be able to play it clearly, but I promise the more you practice it, the stronger your fingers will become and you'll be able to play those bar chords just like that. All right, and that is the first verse and the pre-chorus. Okay, so moving into the chorus, these are the exact same chords that we just played in the first verse. So rather than going through them one by one, I'm just going to play you what it should sound like. So starting from the chorus. Girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. Just go ahead, let your hair down. Sapphire and faded jeans. I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your hair down. And now, wrapping up the chorus, we're going to be doing the C major 7 into the C minor, just like the pre-chorus. You're gonna find yourself somewhere, somehow, and then back to that G chord right there. All right, so moving on to the bridge of the song, it's basically going to be sounding like this. 'Twas more than I could take, pity for pity's sake. Some nights I lay awake, I thought that I was stronger. And then it goes on from there. So just starting out, we are going to be playing an A minor chord. So if you're not sure what that one is, you're going to be pressing down on the 2nd fret of the D string with your middle finger here. Your ring finger is going to be right next to it on that next string, same fret. And then your pointer finger is going to be on the next string over, the B string, but on the first fret. So you're going to be playing everything but the lowest string, so the top 5 strings right there. 'Twas more than I could take, pity for pity's sake. And then moving over to that B7 once again. Some nights I lay awake. And then just a refresher on that, your middle finger is going to be on the 2nd fret of the A string. Your pointer finger is going to be on the next string over, except on the 1st fret. And your ring finger is going to be on the 2nd fret of the G string. So you're making a little triangle shape right there. And then sometimes I add my pinky on to the 2nd fret of the E string. Some nights I lay awake, and then back to E minor. I thought that I was stronger. So once again, a little easier chord. Your middle finger is going to be on the 2nd fret of the A string. Your ring finger on the 2nd fret of the D string right next to it, and you're going to be playing all of the strings. I thought that I was stronger. And then we're going to go back to that A minor chord. When you're gonna realize that you don't even have to try any longer. So now we're gonna be going back to that C major 7. So once again, it's like a C chord. You take off your pointer, and I like to take off my middle finger for this one. So you're gonna be playing. Now, I failed to mention before, when you are playing the C major 7, my finger naturally mutes this D string, so the 3rd biggest string, because otherwise it's going to be sounding like that, which it doesn't sound terrible, it's just not as accurate. So you can kind of, turn your finger to make sure you're playing this note, but muting this note so that you don't get that extra sound in there. So far we have, 'twas more than I could take, pity for pity's sake. Some nights I lay awake. I thought that I was stronger. When you gonna realize that you don't even have to try any longer. And then I just play that same chord once again. Do what you want to. And then it just goes right back into the chorus. Girl, put your records on. And then, back to the A7 once again. So that, guys, is basically the song. I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. Let me know, please, if you have any suggestions for things I should explain differently or recommendations for other tutorials. Feel free to let me know. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.